Pretty good.
What to say? Part of the challenges of starting a YouTube video. Sometimes we wing it, sometimes we have it planned. Figure it out with me today. I'll tell you more. Don't be shy, Liz. Okay, let's go to Delish Deli. We gotta pick up an order. I just got some pretzels. See you guys. I'm like a 5-year-old kid because I love pretzels. And they don't have them in the Philippines, but I found them in the Philippines. Thanks, Astrid and Chase, for finding these for me. Let's go. Take 5. Kind of tricky things to think through with having a YouTube channel is what you say and what you don't say. Who you have in your channel and who you don't have in your channel. You know, when you have a restaurant business and there's food and other things like that happening, you know, you got to think through different things like that. When you own companies and you have different things going on with employees or clients or business, you got to think through those things as well. But one of the things I knew at the very beginning of starting this channel is I didn't want this to be some fake corporate kind of channel where I pretend like everything is good, everything's always rosy, there's never any problems, because you'd know I was lying. And for me, I don't want to have that kind of fakeness, or I don't want to pretend in life. I really wanted this channel to be real, but to be real, you also have to be less private and you have to be more transparent, and sometimes you need to share more than you're comfortable sharing. So, you know, if I think about what are the #1 things that I have to think through, or what's the #1 challenge for having a channel, it's really those type of things. It's not as much the technical sides of it, because I'm really fortunate to have a great team with me, but it's the personal side of it and thinking through what to share of my life and how to be real in a balanced ways with my good days and my bad days, with successes and also with problems. Ready, set, go. Why did I start YouTube? It's kind of complicated. I had the idea first about a year or so ago. I really just wanted to connect, I think, on a creative level with people about my life with work and, you know, just my life in general. I think I've always had kind of a creative aspect to me, but in not the typical ways that people are creative. Like, I suck at singing. I'm terrible at drawing. Like, even if I'm just making a stick figure, I'll totally butcher the stick figure. Or with cooking, like, I could burn water, boiling water. Like, pretty much any of the traditional, like, creative things that people do, I'm terrible at. But things like photography, I developed a passion for that. You know, I didn't have to draw, I didn't have to do anything, but I just found that I had a pretty good eye for things, and I really enjoyed it. I was a bit too, I don't know, shy or something like that to be able to take people photos, though I still always would really love to learn that. But I used to just go out in nature and take photos mostly of animals, and if you look at my Instagram from years gone past, it's really photos of a bunch of birds and the ocean and nature. But I found that it was a great way for me to just disconnect from work and everyday life and really enjoy being outside and getting fresh air and being alone, honestly. I love people, but I'm also around people so much. And photography really gave me a way to just throw my camera in the car, drive to wherever looked beautiful or interesting at the time, and just enjoy myself. And then, you know, coming back after that and looking through all of the photos and, you know, cropping them and, you know, interacting with other photographers online was a great outlet. And with YouTube, you know, video is kind of the next level. You know, I think photography has so much to it, but there's not quite as many moving pieces. With videography, it's way over my head. And so I'm lucky that I have a guy that's holding the camera right now that helps me out with a lot of those type of details. But with video, I feel like you're able to capture a lot of life, you know? So if a photo is worth 1,000 words, then I think video is worth 1,000,000 words. You know, I love photography. It's a passion of mine. But YouTube, I felt, was an extra challenge to really tackle what it would be like to be able to capture everyday life on, you know, moving images, and to be able to show a bit of my life and connect with our, you know, existing clients and new clients, and to be able to make new friends and develop new partnerships. You know, I think there's something about showing who you are in a transparent way that is really powerful, and YouTube gives a really great outlet for that. So one of the challenges about starting a YouTube video is there's so many different noises out there. Cars are gonna run you over. A lot of horns beeping, construction noise in the background, people talking. The list goes on. So we are on our way to deliver an order to one of the local banks here that keeps putting in orders with us every day. I have a friend that's one of the managers there, and she's been nice enough to refer us to all of her colleagues. So they keep putting in orders, and then either we or our delivery partner brings them all of their food each day. So when it comes to me starting a YouTube channel, I really can't complain. I'm a little bit spoiled because I own Purple Cow Agency, which is a marketing agency. I already have Melanie, one of our graphic designers on our team, that takes care of the thumbnails. We have someone that does SEO that helps us out with YouTube SEO, which is search engine optimization, if you're not familiar with that. And then of course I got who takes care of the camera work and editing everything. Because I gotta be honest, the fun thing for me is the planning and the filming and the connecting with people. If I had to edit it, probably would still be on the first video. Challenges for me, I think, is just finding time in between running a business in California and 2 here in the Philippines. I just have a really busy schedule, and so trying to find the time to think creatively about what I want to talk about and to film, you know, we just kind of gotta do that on the fly a little bit. So I need to do a better job of trying to figure out how to plan stuff in advance, and hoping to find either people that are part of the channel that have some ideas about what they'd like to see me talk about, hint hint, or, you know, more likely we'll put together some of the team that we already have here to think through ideas of what would be most relevant to our audience. But like I said, I would love to get viewers to give some feedback on what type of content you would like to see. So make sure and drop some hints in the comments below. So it was a tough choice with either getting a small SUV or that Padjak over there. It was a narrow decision, but I decided to go with the SUV. So what you just saw in front of us is called a jeepney, and there used to be thousands of them on the road here in Cebu City, but they closed them down because of social distancing with the pandemic, and they were supposed to close them forever. Problem with that is that this is, you know, the main form of transportation that your average person living here in Cebu City relies on to get to work or, you know, run errands, whatever they have to do, because they're really inexpensive and they were everywhere. And I think that the local city just realized that they really needed these back until they found another better solution. And so this is literally the first jeepney that we've seen back in Cebu City for me, I think in 8 or 9 months now. So it's really a good thing, I think, for Cebu City. Not such a good thing for traffic though. My first time when I visited the Philippines last year, I literally just stood on the side of the road and took pictures and videos of jeepneys. They have so much personality to them, and I don't think any two of them are alike. So this one, I guess, is the Fox Racing Reborn in God We Trust edition, but I've seen like Spider-Man editions, like a particular Catholic church might, I don't know if they sponsor it, you know, SpongeBob, anything you could think of. I'm sure without any of the copyright taken care of, but they're really a lot of fun. So we're stuck in traffic, not moving at all. What should have been a 10-minute drive to drop off this food has turned into about a 30-minute drive. There's just red lights. I think that there's some type of checkpoint or something like that where they're checking things really thoroughly. This is the first time this has ever happened to me, even when things were a lot more strict right now. So hoping customers' food isn't gonna be cold by the time it gets there. Sorry, guys. time to make our delivery. I'm probably the last one that should be giving any advice. My channel is so new, but what I would say, if anything, is be yourself. Find who your audience is, who you connect with. Get out there and try. You know, you're never gonna figure out how to make things happen with a YouTube channel if you're doing it sitting here watching me. So if it's something that you're passionate about, start filming, start talking, do some trial and error. If it's that bad, don't worry. You could always delete it, or you could always come up with new videos that will make a lot of sense. But more than anything, be true to who you are, be honest, be real. Nobody wants to see another fake YouTube channel. It's a lot of fun, and that's what I would say as well. Get out there, and it's really enjoyable once you give it a shot. Thanks again for watching. Tell me what you think as well. What do you think is the most important thing about a YouTube channel? And give me some feedback on this one as well. I'm always learning too. So again, if you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate your support. And don't forget to like and hit the bell notification as well. Take care.